Okay, if this guy really wanted to know how to cut off his own arm, he should have just listened to the instructional video by Patrick Star from SpongeBob. It always works for me when I want to cut off my arm. Just listen.
Patrick, fix him up while I find him a good specimen.
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it!
Terrible way to start the review. Alright, a lot of critics seem to have been, I don't know, I want to say poking fun at this movie for some reason, because they brought up, some of the complaints for the movie have been, well, none of this would have happened if this guy would have never brought a note, or if he would have told people where he was going, or, you know, he's just some stupid white guy, which is a lot of things that Spill.com brought up. This is an incredible film about, you know, perseverance and strength and heroism that really shows, you know, what a person would do to live, and it's an incredible film. Favorite film of the year? No. Second favorite film of the year? No. Third favorite? No. It's probably number 5 on my list, but it will make my top 10. And best performance by an actor? Yeah, James Franco's got it. He is incredible in this movie. This is a film that it comes to an actor once in a lifetime. It's like, this movie could have been called James Franco the Movie, because it was written for him. This entire script is him, and he gives an amazing performance. Just completely knocks it out of the park. I see him winning, sweeping everything, and winning the Academy Award here. He was phenomenal. If you know the true story, and even if you don't, then read a freaking book, or, you know, read something, because I'm going to spoil it. He is trapped between a rock, and the way to get out, he has to cut off his own arm. A lot of attention has been brought up about the amputation scene. At first, people were talking about how, oh my god, people are fainting in the theaters, and people are having seizures, and yada yada yada. Tom Chattelbash came out and said, I saw it, I didn't think it was that bad. Tom, I love you, dude, but I saw Kick-Ass, and that's one of the most violent movies ever made, ever. It might be the most violent movie I've ever seen. This scene in this movie makes Kick-Ass look like Sesame Street by comparison. And I know I'm building it up. The thing about stuff like Watchmen and Kick-Ass that make those movies not as violent is that when they shoot somebody in the head, it's just bang. It's over. It's done. That person's dead. It's like a video game. You kill somebody, you move on. In this movie, they linger on a shot. If a guy has to cut off his arm, they're gonna show you everything. They're gonna show you every shot, every angle, and the way it's chosen, the amputation scene is directed. It might be the best scene in any movie this year. The sound for this movie, I usually don't like to bring it up, but the sound effects that they used were incredible. They were phenomenal, and I think that whoever the sound person was for this movie, they should get an Academy Award, because it was really a phenomenally sounded movie. I don't know how I could mix that, but just the way that they made the sounds when you could hear bones break, or when you heard, you know, somebody cutting at something, it really, you felt like the pain that this guy felt. And it was incredible to watch, and it was an incredible experience. This was a 10 out of 10 for me until the last, like, 10 minutes. Because after the amputation scene, look, go ahead, say I'm psychotic. I came to the movie to see the amputation scene. I did. I mean, the movie looked really promising. It looked really good. But I was interested to see how much of it that they actually show. That's what really intrigued me, and really did get me into the theater. I'm not gonna lie. After that, the movie shows a lot more about how he got back, and I can understand that, but I think they should have cut that down a little bit, because after the amputation scene, I was ready. That was the high point of tension, the highest point of tension for any movie I've seen in a long time. You're just on the edge of your seat, and after that, it's just kind of like, okay, well, we know what's going to happen. For a movie to be a 10 for me, I have to come out of it saying, that was amazing, just running out of the theater. Had this movie have ended right after the scene I was talking about, it would have been a 10, but it just kind of, the last 10 minutes just kind of wobbled a little bit. And it kind of ended on a little bit of a Hallmark movie type of note. It was kind of like an end of a TV show where they bring back all the characters and they all sit down on a couch and say, "Hey, oh man, we missed you. Yeah, wow, what great memories we've had. Remember this part in season 8? Yeah, stuff like that. And in this movie, it kind of had a couple of those scenes. But overall, this is an incredibly well-directed movie. Danny Boyle is going to be nominated for Best Director. Really phenomenal job. I've only seen 2 of his movies, believe it or not, but 5 minutes into this, you notice his style. And he puts it out there, and that's what makes a director great, is that when you watch their movies, you know it's directed by that person. Say what you will about somebody like Zack Snyder. When you see a Zack Snyder movie, you know it's directed by him, and I think that's what makes him a solid director. Same with the tone of Fincher films. Same with Spielberg films. Same with Cameron films. All those great directors have a visual style to them. And Danny Boyle just has a very, even when a movie is not moving at a fast pace, he always seems to make, you're always interested in what's going on. I think he does a great job with that. This movie, 2/3 of it, this guy's on a rock. he's on a rock, and they find a way to make that interesting. You do that, phenomenal job. This is a great movie. I give it 9 out of 10. Way to go. Happy holidays.